think. And let's see. Refresh. And hello, I'm Will Forge, and today we will forge. Now, basically, I did a whole bunch of work off stream yesterday, on Sunday, to basically finish out the cave as best I could. I also baked lighting, and it seems very bright in here, which is interesting, like reflections and lighting. So I might have to do some tweaking of the lighting a little bit. No intro? Yeah, I didn't do the intro countdown thing. You know, the intro countdown seems to... it also correlates with whenever I got fewer people to come in, so I'm not sure if it's a good idea. Like, whenever I go live, I think a lot of people are like, well, is he live? No? Okay, I'm gone. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe. But anyway, the countdown timer was potentially good, but it seems like my viewers on YouTube drop drastically whenever I do that, and also... yeah, I don't know. Lower position, raised position. Let's see, it's still my birthday. Yeah, happy birthday! How's it going? How did your birthday go, by the way? That's dope. Lower position. Raised position. Did you have a good time? Like over the weekend, I mean. Oh, I gotta make this dynamic, and then lower position, raised position. Good apart from Popeyes. Yeah, that wasn't any good, apparently. That's kind of lame. Did I make this? I did make it dynamic. Okay, I wasn't sure. Didn't remember anymore. That sucks. That they have it. That it's so bad there. I'm very surprised that they didn't just manage. Oh, I mean, I'm not that surprised, I guess. Yeah, I actually told. We were over at my in-laws' house, right? And my father-in-law was like, yeah, no, actually, it's probably not going to be any good. We were talking about it, because he was like, wow, first one, like, in a long time that's been open, and, like, it's outside of, you know, the U.S. It's crazy. And then we were talking about it, and he was like, yeah, the thing about it is that apparently he's been to them in, like, Massachusetts, like, you know, in other states and stuff like that, and he said they're not the same. So, yeah. Hopped on Assassin's Creed to do some virtual photography. Oh, nice. Like, for some good, like, inspiration and, like, just fun virtual photography in general. That's awesome. That's really cool. I don't know if I set this to... yeah, dynamic. I keep on, like, not paying attention enough to remember if I set them to dynamic. Apparently I am, but I'm, like... It's very, I'm not sure of it, and that's the problem. Okay, so then that one to that one. So, I think I got all of them now. I think they're all set to dynamic. You've liked some shots earlier. Oh, I did. Yes, I did. On Twitter. I did see that one. Yeah. I didn't know that you had made that one yourself, though. That's cool. I just thought you were sharing a good shot. That's awesome, though. So this is kind of what the ramp is going to be like, by the way. It's like, it's a little bit, it's like, you know, it'll be really open at the beginning because there will be two of this ramp, and then one of them's going to come up. And whenever it's raised, it's going to look like... I had to move all this stuff. I had to, you know, there it is. It's gonna look like this. So it's gonna be a one ramp up the middle, and then the two sides are gonna like transform into like parapets, you know? Little area for you to be able to hit your opponent and be like, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and then like get down. And then on top of that, from this side, you won't be able to get high enough because these won't be here. They are this piece. So from here you could jump, but you're gonna have to jump from like the edge. And you won't be able to clamber up. So it's gonna be really cool. Like the one from an hour ago. No, I make all of them myself. Nice. Yeah. That's awesome. That is really cool. I thought you were, like, sometimes you'll share, like, a screenshot of a game that hasn't come out yet, though. And that's what I thought it was one of those for some reason, because I didn't think about it. But now I realize that I wasn't, like, thinking about what it might be. I was just like, oh, cool. Yeah, that's a good link. Why is this fan doing its thing? But yeah. VP is fun. Yeah. Virtual photography. Yeah. It really is. And like, actually my mother-in-law loves a lot of virtual photography. What she does is she will take virtual photography images of her character in The Witcher, I think, with like bears or something. I forget what it was. Maybe it was two different games I'm thinking of. But she takes a lot of virtual photography of The Witcher, and then she also does it in one of the games. She was like taking pictures of herself with bears all over the place. I don't remember what it was or why, but yeah. I like that room. Like this area up here, is that what you're saying? Yeah, this is looking really cool. And that energy inside there was from earlier whenever I wasn't going to do this pattern. I was going to do like an energy barrier with like, you know, the blockers that like sort of block your path, right? The one-way blockers. But then I ran into the fact that there's no like, I wanted the hole in the middle to be somewhere you could like hop down from. So that kind of needed to be like that. But yeah, I'm liking this a lot. I'm about to do scripts. That's what I'm about to do, to show how to move this object, which is location and rotation is right there. That arrow is matching this one's location and rotation. And I'm going to script it to move up into this location and rotation so it can transform. And I'm probably going to make it to where you ping and do it for now, and then I'm going to go and set up the triggers to do it later, so just so we can test it. But yeah. Oh yes, the status. Let's see. And then, let's see what this link is. This is the, probably your Twitter, right? Your tweet. Oh, that one, yes. I saw that one too as I was scrolling. I don't know how I didn't like that one because I did see that one. I think it was during whenever the internet was messing up. I think that's what it was. Like, I opened Twitter to try and test to see if the internet would work. And it was it was still doing its nonsense. It wouldn't even let me tweet anything. There was like a comment I tried to post somewhere. This comment. Yeah. Look, he's got like, he's making this map that looks really cool, and it looks like an entrenched, you know, map. Like World War II style of like bunker and super gun on the side and stuff like that, and gun turrets. It looks really dope. I'm really excited for this one. But anyway, yeah, that's Frenchie. Frenchie makes some good maps. I forget which map he has in matchmaking right now, but he's got one of them in matchmaking right now. Why did I do that? I was supposed to hold that down and then go up there and test the grav lifts and stuff. Where can you see that work? The one I just did? I just shared it, so you can find it on Twitter. That's not mine. That's somebody else's though. That's Frenchie's, and he's really good. This one shoots you like really high, and I'm not entirely certain I want that, so I might need to drag it down into the ground a little bit. But I also kind of like that because it means that you could like snipe someone who runs into it. They'll shoot up high enough that you could snipe them from that side or from that side because they don't have perfect cover. So I'm a little tempted to actually keep that. You could also use it to launch yourself up and try and go that way. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna do that a little bit in a second. Oh, I got these teleporters all like lined up. They actually like go up and down, and they go from the sides as well. But, like, you could do this and then like use it to launch yourself up out of the area, and then you could return, and you can actually launch yourself up and come right back down and flank someone. It's like, oh, I'm getting attacked, and then you could come back down and like immediately like ninja them. Which is pretty cool. Oh, you could even, apparently, though, you can launch yourself high enough that you could theoretically land right on the ramp if your opponent has the upper hand. But yeah. So this is all, by the way, I literally took that object's, like, you see this object that's made out of these pieces? I did the same thing I did over on Overlook, but differently. And I made it another platform on top of it, so I left the area in the middle open so I could have this hole, and I left these areas open so you could grav lift up to it. So it's kind of like a hex column, but it's like it's like a like what do you call it? Like a reduced hex column? I don't know how to describe it, but it's like, if this was a continuous column, it would make more sense as far as hex columns are concerned, but as a level layout, I think it works really nicely. And some of these pieces are like just different than the others, because this piece doesn't have any collision if you do the MP version. You got some more? I'll put it up tomorrow. Oh, okay, cool. Sounds awesome. These pieces are non-MP because the MP version, while it looks like nice and like dark and has all these etchings and stuff on it, unfortunately it has no collision. This one is the MP one, but for some reason, unlike all the other MP pieces, it doesn't have a texture there, and I'm going to replace it with a non-MP one if I want to change the colors. But I actually kind of like that it like creates a lighter stripe down the middle of the map, of the area, because this outer one also is MP because it's the same piece as that one, so it has to be a little bit lighter anyway as well. So, you know, I can recolor them because they're non-MP, but I kind of like the lighter stripe down the middle, so I'm probably going to keep it. Want to see what I got on the list? Sure, yeah. What do you mean by got on the list? Like with your screenshots? Because that's awesome. If you're talking about like showing screenshots, I definitely want to see that. Let's see. Okay, 2 minutes. All right, cool. Okay, so I'm going to need to reference these objects and make them transform. I'm going to need to tell them to move from that from you know, the prefab index 2 to index 3. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to match. It's going to move from matching index, you know, location or rotation. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. It's going to move from matching location and rotation of index 2 to index 3 because it is index 1. So from 2 to 3 is where it's going to move. I'm pretty sure, unless this is index 0, and I hope that's not the case, but I'm pretty sure it does count this as index 1 and not index 0. But yeah, so that's basically what I do with all of these, because that they're all registered to this downward position as default, which is index 1. Index 2, which is this arrow here. They need to go to index 3 to get their orientation, and then they're going to move back to index 1 whenever they need to transform. So that's what I'm going with, is a physical transforming ramp now, because I realized that the one-way blockers would be a problem, and making it to where it's the only one that's not one-way blocker would also communicate to players very weirdly, because they come to try and jump up through it and hit it, and I don't like that either. And having this transform into a parapet on the sides is kind of dope anyway, so I really like this idea. Going well, thank you. Cool. Let's see. Aaron just sent a couple screenshots. Oh, nice. That is dope. That's really cool. And some really awesome, like, sculpture, but in, like, black and white. That's really cool. Man, that's, like, I can barely make out, like, flats from polygons. You know what I mean? Like, you can see them in a few places, but the way that you did that with that and then the graphics of the game itself do a really good job of, like, eliminating, like, you can't see polygons in here. You can only see them at the very edge. You know what I mean? Because of they've got really good, you know, normals mapping. But yeah, that's dope. Are you going all black and white with your style right now? Or are you gonna get some with like colors and all that kind of stuff too? Have you been grabbing everything, or just the that kind of style? I don't know what the different kinds of photography are called. Just black and white is all I know. I think it's grace. I don't remember what that kind of photography. It's got a name. Not all of them. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. But yeah. So the other cool thing is, whenever this is up, like whenever it's down, you can do this, but it doesn't really get you anything. But whenever the bridge is up, you can come over here and kind of get a side view of the bridge, which kind of gives you an idea, a way of like pot-shotting people and like weakening them. So like if someone's on the parapet and you weaken them, and then you want to pursue, you can kind of do this, and if they're not smart, then they can open themselves up to take it out. What game is that statue in? That's from the new Assassin's Creed that just came out. Origins? Is it Origins, or is it no, it's Mirage? Is it Mirage or Origins, Aaron? Which one was it? I don't remember which one is which name. But yeah. It looks really dope. Okay, so I want to script these Origins. Oh, this is Origins from 2017. Oh, okay, this is not the new one. Gotcha. Isn't there a new one that's coming out like right now called like Mirage? If that's correct, yeah. Oh, sweet. Yeah, exactly. So that means the newer one is going to have even better graphics, right? That's awesome. Very cool. Alright, so I'm going to hop into... You know what? I need to set these... Oh man, I forgot to do something, so I'm going to have to redo these all over again. Not like redo them, do them, but like I'm going to come in here and do a label. We're going to go with user-defined B for bridge. And it's going to grab everything in user-defined bridge, user-defined B, and it's going to tell them to transform. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to define this as, let's see. And I believe if you define your main one, and then you set it to like this, where you've got a prefab, as long as the blue outlined one, whichever one is the blue outline, is the one that is defined that way. I believe it's going to define the entire prefab that way. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure that's how we did it in whenever Quatsi was helping me with the scripts in Waterworks to make them work again, because they had like broken. I think that's what solved that. But yeah. Hopefully this going off alongside the other, the you know, the sprinkler is not going to cause any trouble with network, but I cannot guarantee it, and we're gonna have to find out. It might be that while that thing's moving and you flip a switch, this thing's switch, everyone might suffer some network issues. In which case we might need to simplify the number of objects that are in. That is not what we want. The number of objects that are in the sprinkler, so that it can just like, it can be simpler. You know what I mean? Anyway, reduce them. Ungroup. Yes. Okay. So then we select that and we go user defined. Bravo for bridge. And by the way, I've got all of these set up to where I'm going to be able to copy this and move it over there, and it's going to immediately work. That's the plan anyway. Is to script it so that you don't need to, so that I don't need to rebuild all of this for the other side with any kind of direct references. Because now I'm grabbing all of these objects from this user-defined setting, right? And each time it grabs one of the objects, it's going to be like this bridge piece, and it's going to grab it though as a prefab, and I'm going to say move to this position, this rotation over time, right? And then and then basically the same thing is going to apply to go back down to the flat position. So yeah, hopefully this works and doesn't kill everyone's network. Yeah. All right, so now we go into the scripts. We already have scripts from the other stuff, but we're only taking up 31 of their nodes. I'm pretty sure we're not going to need to do a whole lot of nodes. We can probably just build it straight into this into this brain that already exists. So we do events custom on player events players on player mark. We're going to use that one, like I said, to trigger it flipping, and then we're just going to build it out like that. I'm going to build it to just mark, and it's going to transform up. We're not going to be able to mark to bring it back down for a second here. But on player mark, we're going to go, let's see. Objects transform. Get object, oh, not get. We're going to move object to transform, which is the one that's going to move it up. And or move it into position. We need to also rotate it. But we need to get add node. We're going to get object. Let's see, objects. Get object. What's up? Film grain is a legal requirement for photos. Yeah, yeah. I think that it definitely immediately sort of like elevates them in a way. I think in the distant future, honestly, I think in part it's so that we can suspend disbelief and believe that the photograph is a thing, because by seeing the film grain, we can say it's like looking through a pane of glass, right? If you're looking through glass, you can there's a little bit of dust on it, and it makes you and it's sort of like, you know what I mean? It's like you've got that film grain on there. It tells you this is a photograph of the thing, not the actual thing. Because whenever our brain tries to look at it and it thinks it's the actual thing, it goes, no, it's not. It's two-dimensional. I can't see any depth, and then so it starts to make it feel weird, you know, not like literally or a whole lot. Photographs work perfectly fine without film grain, but having the film grain adds that layer, and it makes you just be able to fully appreciate the photo. And I think that's one of the reasons why it works so well. Get label, okay, object right. I need to get objects by label. No, wait, hold on. What am I doing here? For a second I forgot. Alright, let's go down here. For each object. That's what I need that I'm not doing. I need to clear this. Oh, weird. I don't usually get notifications from Facebook. Oh, in fact, we're just going to go down here and do for each object. We're going to hit Shift D. No, Control D. Hit Shift D in Blender for duplicate. Okay, for each object, object list. There we go. And then execute per object, move object to transform, current object. We need to get our destination, which will be current object. We're going to get object at index. We're going to do our current, oh, where did it go? Come on, back up here. Yes, silly git. Get object list. What? Oh, I guess I'll have to know. Okay, the current object is a oh, right. Wait, hold on. I know what it is. get object, where's the thing about prefab? Get objects in prefabbed, right? Object, objects, that's what we do. And then we tell it index, and we hit R, we go in here, the index is going to be 2, and that's going to be the destination object. So very simply, on player marked, we grab, wait, we haven't set this, we get user defined Bravo. Okay, when the player marks, right, for each object in the label, right, that's marked as Bravo, we are getting the object, getting the object as a prefab, and grabbing out index. Nope, wait, hold on. Index 2, that's what I was saying earlier. It's actually index 3, that's the raised bridge portion, and we were trying to just raise it up. So we're getting its index 3. So there's 3 objects. There's the main object, then there's the lower bridge position arrow, and the upper bridge position arrow. We're grabbing the third one in the prefab, which is the upper bridge arrow, and we're setting that to our object location, right? To our current object's location. So for the current object, we grab its upper position and we move it to that position, and we do it for every single one of them, but they're grabbing its upper position that is specifically designated for it. You see how that works? And this is all important stuff for me to learn so I can get back into I always forget his other one. It's like Chameleon or something, but Shitography Studios. I always forget his other one, but Shitography Studio, for some reason, I mean, for obvious reasons probably, always registers for me. But for some reason I can't remember. It's like Chameleon something. Anyway, his Dragon Ball Z map. I need to eventually go back in with all of this gained knowledge to make the map build itself at the beginning of the map. The arena. Cells arena. Oh, I didn't set the duration in seconds. We need to do that. By the way, I'm copying it so I can make the rotation version. We're gonna say we'll make it take like 6 seconds, and the reason is because, well, no, let's go 4 seconds. And the reason is because if you do fast movements, it doesn't work over the network as easily, and it overwhelms people and it causes more network issues. So making it take less time is better. Hey, Mr. Greencastle, welcome to the stream. Welcome. That gorilla. Movement curve. Let's go to what's the one that starts slow and speeds up? Not linear. Which one is it? It's ease out. What's like the best one for that? Is it ease out sine? Is that it? Ease out cubic? You guys might Mr. Greencastle, you might know. Which of these is the best one? Ease out cubic, ease out sine. What's the best one to make it go slow at the beginning and then speed up as it goes into it? Because that would allow me to do rotation and movement separate, which will allow, if I can do one of them easing out, one of them easing in, or something like that, then that'll prevent it from having objects clip through other objects as easily, or as much. Ease in and out, both would give smooth animation overall. Okay. I'm gonna ease out cubic and see how that works. Just because I want, basically that's what I'm gonna do is basically if this bridge moves up, right? But then like that means part of it is like, but maybe it also adjusts its position at the same time so that it fits a new position. Then that means it could come up and clip through everything else in the map that's there. But if I can get it to move fast while rotating slow at the beginning and then rotate into position, then that might be better. Only ease in or only ease out will make it jerk to a stop or jerk to a start on the action. Gotcha. Yeah, I know, but I gotta work it out to where it animates well for a combination of the rotation. As long as if the rotation starts easing in and then it starts moving, even though it only eases out here for movement, that might actually still look fine, you know, because if it shifts with an ease in with the rotation but moves really fast, I think it might look pretty okay. But we're gonna have to find out. I think we just gotta try it. It's one of those things we just gotta experiment with, I think. Object transform, but I don't know which one would be best for this one though. Rotate object to point, that is the right? No, not to point. To transform. Rotate object. Translate object. Wait, where's rotate object? Rotate. Wait, what? Get object angular velocity. Get object. Oh yeah, I don't have the animations memorized. I just mess with it until I find one that I am satisfied with. Gotcha. Yeah. Where rotate object to point, can I rotation? can I plug an object into this? Let me just see real quick. Oh my god. Where did it go? There it is. Oh gosh. Let's make sure it's just selecting that. I'm pretty sure I can do that. No? Do I have to get objects rotation? Oh no, don't do that. I hit paste. Okay, add node. Get object rotation. There we go. Oh, really? Okay, where did it go again? There it is. I need to stop doing that. I need to remember. There we go. Now rotation can go in there. Okay, so there's one extra node on this one, but it basically works the same. There to there, and the current object, and we gotta put this in here. And then that can go down one. There we go. Look at that. Alright, so it should rotate, and we gotta do duration in seconds. Let us hit R. We will set this to 4. Well, let's just click it then. And then set the movement curve to ease in, right? Ease in. We'll do the same thing, cubic. Yeah, we'll just see if that's the right one. To avoid that little bug that makes the node jerk away, you select it and move it a touch, and it will stay. I know, and I know how to do it. I always forget. Every single time I forget for some reason. And I think my brain is just like, no, it should work. You know what I mean? Okay, so save. And let's see if it works. I guess you probably already know that. I do already know that, but I just always forget. I forget to do it. Alright, let's go up there to the bridge and see how it works. Okay. Ding. Okay. They did not grab the correct node. Index 3 did not work. So there is here's what I'm thinking is what happened. Is that index 0 is in fact the main object. Is there a 0? No, there isn't. Okay. That should have worked then, not sure. Might have to open up Waterworks to remind myself if there's anything else I'm missing. Alright, let's go up there. Choom. We use this technique for the rocks that fall in Waterworks. Whoa, what is happening? Why am I getting stuck in this grav lift? Oh, ducking apparently reactivated it. Alright, something's wrong. And it's not like causing like a massive increase in ping or anything like that. So I think it's something wrong with the script. Let's see. Alright. Come on now. Stop this. Stop. Let me have control. Please stop using the mouse. Okay, there we go. Alright. So when I ping, I'm grabbing the objects labeled Bravo. Right? And for each of those objects, I am taking the current... I'm getting the current objects prefab, grabbing the object at index number 2, and I'm translating it to there. I'm not sure what's going wrong. Let's see if I just change this to linear, and then we'll figure out the animations after. Let's just see if that has something to do with it. It might be some weird confusion that's happening because of that. Let's see. Dun-dun. 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 That doesn't normally happen, and I don't know why it's happening. That suddenly is... Oh my god. I got all the way up there and accidentally hit... I hit just too high above the D-pad and tapped the back button instead of the D-pad. That was frustrating. Here we go. Why am I getting, like, partially stuck? Okay, what's... Oh, wait, right. We changed which one it's referring to now. So now I gotta make sure that it's back at number 3, which is the one I thought it was in the first place. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go back to 3 then. 3. Alrighty. And if this doesn't work, I'm gonna deactivate one of them and make it not, and just see if one of them works without the other one, see if they're interfering with each other. Yeah, something weird is going on. Cannot mark for 30 seconds. What? I didn't even know they had a thing that blocks you, that punishes you from overdoing it. I know the horn stops working, but yeah, I've never marked that many times in a row before. Okay, let's see. Okay, here's an idea. We grab this one. Actually, let's just delete this node and say add node, and we'll do another trigger, or another, let's see, events custom on custom equipment use. That's what we'll do, and that'll make it to where it'll still build the thing. For each object, cause it moves them individually one after another. There are ways to fix it, one of them being marking the prefab itself. You're right, I'm dumb. You are correct. I am not calling a second. Oh my god, you're so right. The problem is why am I, like, I know that down here. You can see I know that I need to call an individual async to do the logic. But for each object, I'm doing it individually. Oh my gosh, so it's taking 4 seconds to move each and every one of them. And then that's why only that one in the middle is moving. Oh my gosh, it's so dumb. What was I thinking? Okay, on custom event, trigger custom event. Yeah, I'm gonna need that, but that's not what I meant to grab. But there, that's gonna be up here. Add node, on custom event global async. There we go. We're gonna... Okay, alright, thank you. That was a very good, thank you for pointing that out. Let's see, we're going to raise bridge ramps, is what we're going to call it. I know, I normally don't put space, I normally shouldn't put spaces in there or whatever, but whatever. Raise bridge ramps, okay, and then we're going to copy that, and we're going to go up here, and we're going to, yeah, we're going to go ahead and put in that one. Control V, raise bridge ramps. Oh, wait. We need to go... yeah, not just that. We need to go raise bridge ramps, movement. And then we need to do one for rotation. So that means this one also needs to... Yeah, we gotta copy that. And then R... Control V, there we go. We gotta do a movement and a rotation, and then we need to do one. Technically, I could, yeah, whenever I trigger it, hold on. I can just do, yeah, okay, hold on. We're just gonna actually change this to bridge ramp movement. We can just do one trigger for the movement. We don't, for the up and the down. We don't have to do two. I was doing a raise and a lower, but I just realized I don't need that. I can actually just plug in, well, I'll show you in just a second. Basically, we are going to go and basically Control C and just put them down here, if it'll let me, paste on it, and then we go up here and we trigger that one from there. Object goes here, object goes there, and number goes to index. And that's what I just realized I could do. Is that, well, it's going to be kind of janky looking unless I move it down or something. I don't know. Yeah, that'll work. I'll just move it far enough down that it actually works, but it'll look ugly. Let's not move that, actually. That was a decent position. There we go. Kind of ugly, kind of okay. Anyway, so the index, then we plug that into here. We say whenever we're moving down, right? Whenever I ping right now, I want it to move down, and our number is going to be 3. There we go. And yeah, so then we delete this and all of this actually, and we go execute per object. Current object is the object, and that is it. And then that means when we're raising, whenever I ping, it's going to trigger the movement and plug in the number 3. And then also whenever I ping, and we actually don't need to do 2 things for ping and for each object. We can also, we can plug it in over here. We can duplicate, and we can go like, no, don't move that. I would like to that position. Ugh, don't make my thing ugly. Okay, there we go. We can do that, and we can say current object and plug that in there as well. And then we can go R, and we can say rotation, confirm, and then we can R again, Control C. Oh no, I went all the way out. I hit escape twice. Okay, and then we can do this one, nope, select it, duplicate, and R, Control V, and then we can do all of this stuff, which I'm going to, like it earlier, Control C and Control V it, so I don't have to worry about all of those nodes disconnecting. So the whole reason I did that earlier is just to save half a second on the nodes, because I feel like it's easier, and I don't know, maybe it's just mentally slightly more taxing to disconnect the nodes. It feels like it's unprogress, you know what I mean? So it just feels like it's the right thing to do, is to do it that way, even though that doesn't really make much sense. Okay, so now I'm going to, yeah, so we're triggering rotation, okay, cool. And then so we can delete this one entirely because it's now not necessary. I like how all these nodes, I don't know about you guys, but it feels like the Enamber clad, right? Like the Mac cannon, the bridge and area up here, the engine. A lot of the times the vehicle, I mean the nodes in here end up looking like this looks like a Covenant cruiser with the curvature portion and the back portion and the big front portion that's connected by a thin section. It's just, here's the Pillar of Autumn, the front is where the bridge is, here's the engine section. The node section in here just magically looks like the vehicles from Halo. This looks like the Spirit of Fire. You got the big like wing section where the drop pod, the things come out. Like if this area was further back and this area is poking out toward us, you know, with the engines, and then the engine portion back here that's like across a thinner part, and then there's the protruding part in the front. Like it just happens. It just magically happens every single time that if you do it clean for your lines, it ends up looking like a ship. Dude, I never noticed that, but you're all right. Yeah, I know. Look at your own nodes. Go back into your own nodes. You'll notice the same exact thing. It's not just mine. I'm not doing that on purpose. It's a natural consequence of this node system. Just magically makes them look like ships from Halo, and I love that because it is the Halo nodes. And I know that all node programming basically looks like this. So like, it's not. I'm going to actually separate this by a pretty big gap so that I know that that's the code for one thing and this is the code for something else. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just cool. Let's just hold that back. Okay, cool. It built, so hopefully it works. But yeah, it's just a little thing I've picked up on over the time that I've been scripting. I'm like, that should not look like that, but it does. All right. Yeah, they all tried to move, but they all just shifted. And I think that somehow, because it's rotating and moving at the same time, it's causing a problem. I think, but it could have something to do with the locations. Like, okay, I need to figure out what's going on with these nodes. Like, this one should be index 1, right? And then that's the one I selected second, so that should be index 2, and that should be index 3, right? So it should be, when I move to index 3, it should move me to there. And this one's location is at the tip, so it should move it to there. Yep, just looked at my nodes and I got a brute chopper. Nice. Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know why they do that, but it's just some natural phenomenon, I think. Okay, let's see. I guess this one I hadn't thought of, but I guess it kind of looks like there's like a stealth ship or something. I don't remember. There is a UNSC ship that looks kind of like that. Oh, no, wait, Banished. The Banished ships have the smaller engines in the back and a big old chunky part in the front that has a downward slope to it. Like that. Yeah, it's a Banished ship. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm plugging in number 3, and that is feeding in. I'm getting the object. So my main object is moving to there. I think I know it's happening, but I don't think it should be happening that way. Alright, I gotta go check. I gotta check Waterworks. We gotta get out of here and go to Waterworks and see how that works. Yep. Let's see. I wonder if Mr. Greencastle was in here, and sometimes that means that he and Unique are about to go live. No, he's not live yet. Just wondering while I was loading. Thought I'd check. Let's see. I had to refresh Kick to make it happen. Let's see. Kick Waterworks. We'll go into Waterworks, and we're gonna see what my scripts look like in here, because mostly, very heavily, Quatsy's scripts, not mine. But they're like, he made sense of mine. He adjusted how it was triggered and stuff like that. Because I didn't know about the async script nodes that had been added. Or I did, but like I forgot about them. And like y'all remember whenever the stream, whenever that event, that season came out, I went through all of them. I saw all of them, but I just completely forgot that they existed until Quatsy came in and was like, no, you just do it like this, and you have, you know, a quarter of the amount of nodes or fewer, like a tenth of the amount of nodes. I was like, Jesus, that's awesome. By the way, let's see if it's gonna load in. I was gonna show you guys. I have done, if it'll work. And it's loading. It seems. Do y'all notice that the loading thing seems choppy to me? I think it's usually smoother than that. But I don't usually pay attention much. Sometimes I go back and get scripts I made in the past to modify because I somehow forgot how to do certain things, and the past me was smarter than the present me, right? Yeah, if you forget something, sometimes you have to remind yourself. Okay. Alright, the music stopped right at the same time that it sort of like froze right before the map started. So I was a little bit curious about what happened there, but yeah. Okay, so what I did do to this map is I finally reincorporated these. They're here, but they are behind doors, so they're not active. And I was potentially working on this door over here. I want to get that in hopefully at some point to where, and I've got it set up to where these objects, or I don't have it set up yet, but these objects are not going to spawn. If I can, I'm going to set them to not. All of the objects in here, they're dynamic, like these like the main cannons, right? They're always dynamic. I'm going to set them to not spawn at all during big team battle, and any weapons that spawn back here, anything like that, they just will not spawn unless, or not during big team battle, except for during big team battle. They will not spawn if it's what do you call it? Squad battle or anything like that, so it won't even be a problem. And then like this door over here is going to be a dynamic object that's only spawns during big team battle. But yeah, I don't know if that's going to be a thing. I don't know if they're going to incorporate this version into squad battle at all after that, or if. But if they do, it's going to be set up to where it'll be safe to do. These explosions are getting annoying. Let's check our thing so we can get out of here. Or I'll just turn off the sound real quick. Sound effects, bring that back down to 0. Let's get our script brains. I forget how much that was like driving me insane with Waterworks every time. Also, let's turn the music back on because I don't know why that stopped. Alright, so the Waterworks stuff, right? These are... We have... Okay, these are each... So what's going on here is, it's triggering an asynchronous thing, right? Move to. Move to is one thing. It's probably up here. Where's move to? That's do debris. Move to. It's this simple. What the hell? Okay, this version of Waterworks has all of its node lines gone. And I don't know why. And I'm a little concerned. And I don't know if this is a bug from loading into it, or if it's going to break my scripts, or what. Okay, that's odd. I'm just gonna pretend like it's not there and talk about what it does, because that's all we're here for. So move to moves the object from get objects in prefab, get object at index, so it comes down here, index 1, and then object, and it's destination object. Yeah, this is exactly how it was built. Object to object, objects to object list, index at 1, objects to destination object. Oh, I saw what you are looking at, lol. Don't touch it. It still works, but it is a visual bug. Okay, cool. Yeah, but that's how the lines would be. This object feeds to here. This objects feeds to object list. Index 1. Objects feeds back up to object. And then destination object. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that... I don't know what's going on then. And then it was supposed to move. It moves this object to this object this index object's location, right? The destination object. So it should work. And then, by the way, down here, this is what triggers it. Move to the prefab right here. The object reference prefab 14 is a stalactite, and then its arrow, like its little arrow down at the bottom. It basically is saying move this object down to its node. Wait. I just realized. Index 1. So we are supposed to be at index 2? So the main object is index 0, and you reference it by saying to get the object. By calling it the object, right? And then if you go to index 1, then it is the very next object. So I don't have an object at index 3. So that could be the cause of the problem, of why I just twitched and didn't move. Or it's because it's rotating and moving at the same time, because I'm... Oh, I'm dumb. Move object to transform. Oh, it rotates and moves at the same time. I don't need to do a rotation and movement at the same time. That's what's breaking it. Oh gosh. Move object to transform moves it to the other object's location and rotation. That's why there isn't a move to object rotation. So I don't need to do two different scripts. Oh gosh. Just saw what you're looking at. Oh, don't touch it. It still works. See, if you mess with it, then it ruins it all, and you have to start from scratch. Gotcha. I hope that... I mean, I don't think I'll ever have to redo the scripting in there. I should have noticed that. I could have told you. Yeah, I just completely forgot. That was so obvious. It should have been anyway. Like, I knew that at one point, but like you said, past me can be smarter than present me. And you were talking about you, but it's really just any programmer. Like, anytime you program something, figuring it out is an act. It's a process. Knowing how you figured it out is a different process. Like, remembering how you figured it out is a different process. So, like, some people will be good at one and not the other. So some people will be able to memorize how other people figure things out and then re-implement that kind of thing really easily by just, like, going to school and, like, then being able to use it. But then they're not very good at figuring out new things, right, on their own in programming. But then, like, whenever you get to these kinds of things, it's like very few people are good at both. And I think those are the people who are, like, really good in video game development. I'm pretty sure, is it Miyamoto or was it Aonuma, who went into the programming for gold and silver and changed something about their code over the weekend that took it from, hey, we wanted to put Kanto into the world, so it's not just Johto. We wanted the whole world all the way back to Kanto. But we ran out of data. We can't process the information. It can't work on the cartridge. The cartridges are just too small. Can we get a hardware upgrade? They said no, but give me a second. He took it over the weekend. He went through their code and redid something in their code that made it to where, like, on his own, just him, that made it to where they were able to load into all of Johto, all back into Kanto, you know, the original region at the end of the game. So all of that code is stored in there, and how it worked was stored in there, like their data and their code was just, like, completely different after he had his way with it, and then they could have an entire other section of the world. That guy is one of those people. I think it was Aonuma and not Miyamoto, but it could have been Miyamoto. I just don't remember. But yeah, anyway, let's see. Okay, so right, brain, script brain. Let's go back into here. So we don't need rotation at all. Delete that. We don't need this one. Delete that. And that should work because we're plugging in. Oh, but it might be the wrong index still. I think it might be 2. After seeing the other map, I think index 2. Weird. Oh, right. This is not an index number, so it's not limited. It allows. It's a float, so it allows. Yeah. A float is a kind. There's variables, numerical variables, which are just numbers, which are just whole numbers, and then floats are variables that are not just whole numbers. My volume is still off for the fact that we had the explosion. Those are programming things for anyone who doesn't know programming terms. If you call it create a variable number, like num usually. Okay, so 2 of these are working and the others aren't. So it might be about the way that I triggered them, but look how nicely that worked. You can do that, and you can't jump back up. So that's how you get your little parapet. Something is wrong about the indexes of these others, I believe. Okay, so what we need to do is figure that out. I don't even know why. Okay, that's strange. Okay, so we're going to ungroup this one, grab lower position, raised position. But that looked smooth, I think. As a side thought, something I like to do when I have spawns placed on a map and I am still having to test, then I make script that teleports. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I should probably do that. Player to position on map that I want to test in to remove the annoyance of having to walk across the map. Add the position, and the position is always determined off pointer. You know what else is a really good way of doing that? Gameplay. Teleporters. I'm gonna just slap one there. I don't have any for alpha, so this is perfect. And so I move the pointer when I want to change the spawn location. That makes sense, and you can just ping it whenever you want. Why is this one not registering the height? That's kind of weird. Like it's a little underground instead of being... Okay, well I'm gonna turn on snapping and snap it to something on the ground. That way I can... Yeah, that'll work. That's not too far from where it spawns me in. Yeah, that'll work. Question, what is your question? Okay, so I just fixed this one. Let's see if that one works. If that's what needs to be fixed. Goes for anyone here. Okay, wait. That one's still functioning. This one is not. I backed into the teleporter. That's why you don't use a teleporter, isn't it? Are you a film grain lover or hater? I like the film. I like doing film grain. I like film grain in pictures and videos and stuff like that. I think there's a film grain in Infinite that I actually keep on. Okay, I don't understand what's going on here. So deselect. I select this one. I select lower position. I select high raised position, and that should bring it to up there. Okay, so maybe this is the only one that's set up wrong. Oh no, both of those are set up. Those are two different ones that are working. Okay. I still don't know what's going on, why it's doing. I suppose the teleporter thing is a simpler way of doing it. I probably just overthink a simple matter. Well, actually, you saw me back right into the teleporter again by accident, and it teleported me back to the start, so Aaron, I'm not familiar with that. He's talking about like film grain in your photos versus not. Here, I'll look up a film grain photo effect, and then I'll just look up images, and then there will be, here is an example photo where they took a photo of someone and then they added a film grain, and they added a way more intense film grain. This one looks like, if you switch this to black and white, this kind of looks like what would happen back in the day with the kind of photos like Red Dead Redemption era, you know, like a cowboy era with the thing they had to hold up with the gunpowder in it to do the flash and everything like that. They kind of look like this one. But this is more of the film grain from like the 90s and like the 80s, and then this is like a modern day photograph. So yeah, that's basically it. Oh that, yeah, I don't like film grain at all. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's definitely, it's a taste, you know what I mean? Okay, I don't know why this is not working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try grabbing this one and then that one and this one, but do them in reverse order and see if that works better, because that seemed weird. Hey, it instantly worked. Okay. I don't know why that worked. I must have those backwards, where I grabbed the upper one first. I don't know why that's the case. But yeah, this one, that one, that one. Wait a minute. Hold on. That means that 3 is the correct index. Oh, I'm dumb. Oh, I just figured it out, guys. I was dumb. In Waterworks, the pointer is the main index, is the primary object. The rock is not the primary object. I forgot about that. So it's moving. It moves the secondary object to the primary. I get it. Okay, so these were backwards, and that's why they were working. This one was not. Okay, so in the brain, we do want to use 3. Okay. I threw myself off by looking at the Waterworks one, about that one, about the number. This should work completely. This should fix the whole thing, I think. Okay, the whole thing is starting to move, but those I messed up or something like that. I'm not sure. At least the middle went up. Alright, so whatever I just did to these, I don't know what I did wrong, but it should be lower to higher. Done. This one should be lower to raised. That is actually what they're named, not lower to higher. And then lower, yeah, to raised. So what I just did must have broken something. Lower to raised. Alright. Do I need to like quit the map and come back in whenever I do this? Because look, now they're just twitching. But this one is going up. And it's doing a pretty decent job of it. Actually, let me see something. I was thinking of a way to tell you that, well, the pointer needs to be the first object. Okay, I've got it set the other way around to where my pointer is not the first object. Yeah, see, that's gonna this is why I wanted to do the rotation and movement separate, if you notice that nastiness of that of that movement. I might need to change how it is structured entirely to make it not do that, which is fine because I had an idea of how to do that. But yeah. Not that button, wrong one. Ah, here we go. All these sounds of all this like zoom zoom. Okay. Basically that's going to move through there and that's not good. That's not what we want. Because it's got to move up to a different position that's further in. You can see how it's back a ways. So that's got to be fixed. What I could potentially do is for these objects trigger a different one that first it moves it back a little bit and then it raises it up, which would make a gap form here and then it would raise up into position, and that would work out pretty well. Or rather it would come up and it would sort of protrude out here and then it would come down into the ground, and I don't know if that's a good idea, but anyway, it also depends on your stock and resolution you mastered at. Nice. Yeah, it does. Yeah, so those were the ones I showed were were like filters. Those were just image filters. Actual film grain looks better because it depends on the lighting of the scene and all that kind of stuff that creates it, and you can make the film grain look much nicer than what I just showed. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna try this on this one and see if it fixes it again, where it's backwards from what I expected. Yeah, that one definitely didn't start working again. So one of the arrows has to be first. That's how mine was. So is it because the object that's moving needs to stay put? It needs to not be the thing that it's all moving to. So this one's going to be index 2 is going to be. Yeah, that didn't do anything. I do love me some film grain. Yeah. I was thinking of a way to tell you that the pointer needs to be the first object. Okay, so what I'm trying to get at here is... Alright, so why were the side ones working at 2, and then now they're not, but the middle one is working at 2? You know what I mean? Or is working at 3? What is it that changed, and why is it that they... Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. By the way, my fix is that I was going to... My fix for this other problem is that I'm considering... Let's see, one... Okay, and then... Is repositioning these up to be like this. At the beginning, like normal. It'll be a flat thing going out the middle, which actually kind of looks better anyway. I like that a lot. I need to undo that though, because I just realized I moved my upper portions. The lower portions do need to move, but the upper portions do not need to move. The upper arrows do not need to move. Let's see. Who was it that hated grain and why? It's PTSD Machine. He's over on YouTube. But yeah. He probably just doesn't like it because it's a little bit... It's noise on the image. Some people don't like noise, and some people, you know, if the noise works, does its magic, it'll be appealing. Okay, yeah, so I think I'm going to make it flat across the middle, like I was just saying, and have it come up to the raised portion and go back down. Because that honestly is more dynamic anyway. I have a lot of pieces here. I might as well make them be slightly more dynamic. So that's, I think, what I'm going to do. But I still don't have the script working properly, so let's, I'm going to see it work wrong again one more time. Okay. What is it about these that's making it work on 2? Right? Whenever I come in here and I hit R and I set this to 2, right? And I go back in, both the sides are going to work, in theory. Okay, that time they didn't work. They didn't move at all. Oh wait, they did. They look like they just got out of position. Yeah, they shifted their position very slightly. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on. Do you guys know what's going on? Aaron, that would be moi. It's just not my thing. I like the clean images, and the grainy stuff just start irritating. Haha. But to each their own. Yeah, some people, it registers as noise, and then other people it will register as like like I was saying earlier, it's like how if you have a little bit of dirt on glass or some scratches on glass or whatever, so where you can see that the glass is there, it makes there be more depth to the image. And film grain can kind of like create that depth and like give you a better process of what's happening. But it happens differently for different people, for different eyesight, different, you know, just like preferences, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's probably mostly what's going on. So basically, if I adjust it to the middle, it's going to be poking. It's going to extend as it reaches the top, rather than needing to come back in as it comes up, which is why it's going to stop clipping. But I don't understand what's going on with these ramps, and it's kind of concerning. I could theoretically just leave the middle, but I think I want the parapets. I like the really cool parapets that come up, so that's what I'm going to do. What do you guys think about this? What do I need to do to fix this? I don't actually know right now, and I'm going to have to figure it out. Because these middle pieces should be working exactly the same. Okay, I'm going to duplicate them. Hold on. Let's see if this works. Okay, that one is still functioning and doing its job. Also, the movement speed is perfect. I like that the 4 seconds is just right. I'm going to ungroup them, and I'm going to regroup them, lower to higher. And then I'm going to go back to this, and I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to ping, and it doesn't work anymore. Okay, so what's going on now? What is going on now, and why is it doing this? I do not know, but I suspect it has to do with files, where they're located, how they're applied to how their indexes are applied based on where they are in the folders, and a bunch of nonsense like that. And I believe I need to leave the map and go back in, and it's going to regenerate these objects back on their proper files, and we're gonna see if that works. I would say it adds more texture than depth. I would leave the lighting to make the depth. I'm sure the grainy stuff has its place in the photo world. I am rather fond of dramatic lighting. Yeah. Grainy stuff definitely has a place in the photo. Yeah. Grains add texture and depth. Yeah. I think the main reason the grains add depth is because the grains are dependent on the camera and its ability to process the light that it's seeing. Usually, it's older cameras that are are the ones that generate it usually. And whenever they do, their lenses can be damaged. There can be a whole bunch of other stuff that applies to them that makes it to where, yeah. Oh, yep. See, it started registering correctly with these. This one I redid to do the other side, but that's all it was. I had to quit the map and come back in, and it redid the index locations of these objects. Did you see that? See how that worked? That was crazy. So there's the parapet. Oop, whoops. Okay, I'm going to show you how the parapet works really quick. See? Blocks you from going, and then you end up falling to your abyss all the way down to the ground level if you attempt it. So you really get heavily punished for it. So these are backwards. Lower to higher, because I probably had inverted them and forgot that I inverted them. Lower to higher. Everything should be set up now. Now I gotta leave the map again and come back in, and then it'll redo the indexes, because whenever you load up a map, it organizes the folders again. It reorganizes the folders, and it reorganizes the indexes based on how you actually built the prefabs. So prefabs sort of get rebuilt every time you open the file, and the prefab is saved in these correct index 1, index 2, index 3, but it's not in, while I'm in Forge right now, it is not currently marking itself correctly as index 1, index 2, and index 3 for the objects. And so quitting the map and going back in resets it, rearranges it, and makes sure that everything is at its correct index, based on how I selected them when I prefabbed it. And that's what's going weird. It's probably also because I was unprefabbing them and reprefabbing them. It tries to recreate that prefab exactly as it was before, but because you changed the indexes, it goes a little differently. And then so the current RAM version is the one before you rearranged it, and then the ROM version is the one after you rearranged it. And so yeah, this should theoretically work now. No. Why is these two not working now? Why are they not working? These are working great. Now I'm definitely confused, because it should be working nicely. We've got everything good, I thought. Okay. So did I put the bottom one in to the top one over here? What's my current prefab looking like? Script look like? Is it 3? I don't understand this. Why is it not... not working. Now I'm just really confused. Like, it should be working. That side's working just fine. The middle is working just fine. Everything is working fine except for this for some reason. Anyway, I gotta ungroup these and I gotta remove this one. Every time I exit photo mode after applying grain, it looks too clean and weird. You might also have to just give it time to, like, sort of, like, reset in your mind, you know? Let's see. To, like, process it different, you know? If you do that, then it might start to feel a little better. Okay, I need to make sure that I don't lose my X coordinate, because that is centered to the map, even though it looks like it shouldn't be. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up to there, make it touch the metal. We're going to go in here. What is happening? What the hell is going on here? This is my object properties right now. I wanted to bump it. I might have to close the game and then reopen it back up again to get this to work properly, because I can't even bump right now. That is weird glitches, and I don't know what it is. And I had the glitch in Waterworks as well. That also happened for the scripting. That was a little scary with the scripts. I'm thinking that my game needs a reboot. Alright, that looks pretty clean, pretty good. And then, so we are going to deselect it, reselect that one, reselect that one, reselect that one. Now that means it's going to come up, and it would actually, since this is a lip, it might actually just pivot with just a tiny bit of location movement. That would be dope. That'd be really clean. Okay, I gotta do the same thing with this one. I gotta ungroup, but I need to regroup it with this bottom one that's in its current location, so that whenever I move it, it moves with it. Let's rotate this way. Why is it rotating on two different axes at the same time? Oh, that is bizarre. Alright, there we go. That's flat. Might get some cake. That's a good idea. Yeah. Let's see. Some birthday cake. It's Aaron's birthday, everybody. In case anyone missed that part at the beginning of the stream. Alright. So I like that. Looks pretty good. I hope I didn't move it on the X-axis. What's this one's location? Oh, right. They're weird. Okay, well, I really hope I didn't move it on the X-axis in the process of that. I wasn't paying enough attention to see if it had gone up or down at the bottom on this at the bottom of the screen, but I'm just gonna go like that, and hopefully, yep, object properties is still screwed up. All right, let's see. Might get some cake. Let's see. I had ice cream for his birthday. Oh, nice. Very nice. Man, I should go get some ice cream or something. I don't know if we even have any ice cream. I know we have popsicles, but unfortunately, I don't believe we do have ice cream. So I'd have to do like popsicles or something, which is not really the same thing. There we go. OMG, Aaron lives, right? Hey, Ripshade, how's it going? Let's see. I am making a scripted moving bridge thing. You're just in time to see some fancy shenanigans and bugs. Let me show you the weirdest bug of the day. For me, at least. Sure, somebody else has run into an even weirder bug today. Because, you know, first off, all games have bugs, not just Halo Infinite, so someone playing another game is going to run into one too. But more importantly, because Halo Infinite does have a lot of bugs, and I bet Or at least the Forge mode does, and I bet there's a lot of them. But here, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Here, watch this, watch this. Boom, that's my objects properties menu right now. Now, do you notice it adds, well, it turns them all into the object browser icon, and then adds an additional object browser icon option at the far right side of it. And then you hit, and then I go over again, and now I'm in my folders, but like I'm not, none of them are like you see how it's highlighted, and then nothing is highlighted now, and I'm in my folders. And then map options is like this, and tool settings is like this. So we got a weird bug going on right now, and it is bizarre. Exactly, what the heck? So now I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna see if this works. Ping, okay, I broke those. Also, this is, oh well, it twitched weirdly. Can I get up here, by the way? I was kind of hoping that I can. Almost. I could probably do it if I do it right. I'm just trying to see if basically if there's another route that you can use with those parapets. Okay, so we gotta quit the game, or I mean quit the map, and we probably have to close the entire game as well, because I was seeing problems in Waterworks, which was weird. And I might need to go back into Waterworks and delete all that stuff I added to the outside that I'm gonna eventually get rid of, I mean, like get it to do differently. Because it might be that I corrupted the newest version of the map, and I've got to go back to the older version. Like the current published version is safe and works and great. Sorry for caps, Lo. Yeah, the caps were for the shush and the what the heck. Let's see. Sorry for the caps. I hate film grain. It is a love-hate. It's everyone's likes it or doesn't like it. I like film grain. Well, wait. Well, by the way, let's be clear. Wait. He's talking about photographs, photography, and potentially with specific movies that go out of their way to put it in for good stuff. We've got to be clear. I hate when it's forced on, like in Reach, because I just realized Ripshade may have thought you meant in video games, which is, you know, not just photographs. Well, I mean like for everything. Well, I mean like in video games, because you kind of get immersed into the world, having the film grain added can sometimes make a feeling of breaking the immersion, that to make you feel like you're looking at a screen instead of being in the game, right? So there's a layer for film grain in video games that isn't there for movies and for film, I mean for photographs, because like with movies and stuff like that, it can sometimes get you into like the time period of the movie or whatever, and make you like, you know, it's sort of like suspends your disbelief better. I present to you Red Dead Redemption 2 and The Last of Us. I agree. Thank you, Ripshade, someone with class, is what PTSD Machine said. I missed that one because I was staring at Kick chat instead of the proper chat that has everybody. Because Ripshade and Aaron are red and blue down here instead of all being green up there, so, or green and white. So I was able to tell a difference between their messages. But yeah. Someone with class. Yeah. Let's see if the map is working better now. It might have been going into Waterworks that broke it, because Waterworks had that weird bug going on. BRB, Xbox deals refreshing. Okay, tap. Look, those are all working again. Why are these two not working? Still not working. Okay. Wait, I wonder if I notice. Oh, you know what could be happening? Do you see that, Ripshade? By the way, this is what the this area is going to transform, and you're going to have like a little parapet here to attack down the path with, and then but you're going to be open to attacks from the side, and then you're going to be able to have the high ground, so you're going to be able to attack from above, and then like while the enemy just has the ramp that comes down here, and the idea is like a sort of tug of war system where like if you flip this switch, it gives your team advantage. So if my team was that side, then that would transform to a vertical ramp. I mean the upper ramp. And with the parapets, but if my team was that side and I flipped the switch while they had the upper hand, it would transform them down into this lower ramp that's just sort of like a path that just leads across, and that shouldn't. Oh wait, oh no! Oh, I was worried about that. Dang, I've got to lower that. I can't do that. That is not the plan. I do like it being flat across, but either I raise up there and change the ramp's height, which I could actually do. This ramp has plenty of slack. Okay. That might be what I do. I might have to do that, which might take a lot of time and stuff like that, because I've got to like grab all of this and move it vertical, make it a little higher, which also means the grav lifts that launch you really, really high will launch you less high compared to this, you know what I mean? And it means you'll have a slightly higher advantage over your opponent on that side. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I am going to do that. Okay, well anyway. In the meantime, I still don't understand why this one, lower position, upper position, prefab. This one, main, lower, upper, or like raised, prefab. This should work just like the other ones. And it's not. And, oh, you know what? Let me... Okay, at least my menus are working again. That's good. Okay, so... Well, this is all very disconcerting, but let's see what we gotta do. We're gonna select all of these objects and try to prefab them all to move them all at once. Ugh. There's a lot of objects here to make out this piece. Outer Rim. By What Remains of Edith Finch. I have that one actually. I played all the way through that game. It's really, really good. I played that one on was it the? Did we play it on the Series S, or was that was that a 360 game too? Oh, it was Game Pass. Right. It was on Game Pass. That's right. We beat it on Games Pass. It may not be on there anymore, but that's what we played it on. Forgot about that. Yep. It is a banger of a game. It's awesome. Very well done. Some very disturbing imagery sometimes. Like the baby in the bath, and like the this part where you're a baby in a bathtub got very disturbing. But yeah, especially for us who are parents. Very dark stuff in that game. Very dramatic. But yeah, let's see. We're gonna go up an additional 2. We're gonna go 6. Okay? That means everything I need to scale up, like these, they need to be taller. I know exactly how much taller they need to be. Well, I didn't grab this piece because this piece isn't the cap. These are capped off by this piece. But this piece goes up in there too. But I need to make all of them 2 taller. Plague Tale isn't on sale again. That's an L. Oh, dang, yeah. Okay, yeah. So that is officially too tall to clamber up, which is perfect. That also will mean that this ramp needs to be moved up differently to its upper position, which means I'm going to have to bring in my other version. Well, first off, let's de-prefab that one. And, oh! What might work? I think I know what might work. Anyway, let's go with our Z position at a actual preset that works. I think it worked at 5.5. Let's go 5.6. There. That looks like possibly the closest I can get. Let's do 7. Nope. 5.7 works just fine. Perfect. Okay, that's going to be my position. But I think I just thought of a way to make it fixed. Grab this one, grab this one, grab this one. Alright. And really quick, I'm going to test this at that height. Really quick. Where, yeah, see, it broke. It's not doing it anymore. Look at that. Okay, so this height is not right. Obviously, I need to get it to that height, which means it's going to become a slightly steeper angle, but it's not going to be too extreme, I think. It'll be just right, I think. It'll be really good for power sliding down. But yeah, okay, so that's going to be an interesting thing to have to do, but I also need to perfect this one's position as well. So that one, oh, nope, that one, grab them. And then we're going to grab that one and this one. And we're going to go, now that we can see it, we're going to go Y position, Z, no. I don't know what just happened. Oh my god, hold on. What just happened to my piece? Why is it so high? I hit back, and it didn't go back. Okay, there it goes. So I just need to to work out the best, closest to the same height. Here we go. Z, go to 7. Okay, why didn't that work? That should have been about the same, right? Anyway, yeah, so that's the right height. Deselect, okay, that one, that one, that one. And it should be broken like the other one just got broken. Yeah, broke those. So they just sort of twitch now and get the wrong angle. And then I need to get, because the indexes are all weird and wrong, I still don't know why these aren't working. I'm extremely confused. But these are working just fine. And we're going to need to probably mess around a little more in there. But, oh, this is what I was thinking might fix it. If I select this one, then that one, and then I prefab just those, right? Then they're going to reset, and then redo that one, then it's going to make a new prefab, right? Because if you prefab something and then you unprefab it, and then you change and you remove an object and you re-prefab it, and then like there's a whole bunch of weird stuff that happens with that sometimes doesn't actually help. Or like confuses things. Let's see if this helps immediately or if I need to quit the map. Okay, we're gonna quit the map and come back in. Lots of that having to happen today, but we will see how that works. Oh, that Reach music giving them nostalgia vibes. Haha. Oh yeah, man, I missed that one. I need. You know what? I'm moving off of Kick on this screen because it's making me miss chat up there. I need to look at that one, not the other one. But yeah, I agree. Oh, let's go all the way back up to the main menu. That'll help too. The Halo Reach music, like all the Halo music gives nostalgia, but for some reason the Halo Reach music just feels like a different kind of nostalgia. You know what I mean? Is that weird to say? I don't know. I feel like that's the case, for me at least. Let's see how this works. Like the Halo themes feel like, I think it's probably just their theme, like how they make you feel in general. Like the nostalgia of the normal Halo music is epic and like mysterious and alien. But if you the nostalgia that comes with the Halo Reach theme is more like military, and it kind of gives you a feeling of like, I don't know, like more of an adventure you were on kind of thing. Well, the middle went back to working fine, and these continue to be broken. Why did these work earlier on, and then those didn't? And then those didn't. None of the rest of them did. And then I got these two to work, I think, right? And then now this one in the middle and this one works. Like, what is going on here? It doesn't make any sense. Reach is the only one I played other than Infinite, so I wouldn't really know how the nostalgia of that compares to the other Halos. Oh man, you should get the Master Chief Collection and try them out. Here, let me go down to scripts and ramps bridge and make this visible again. This is the upper position of all of them. Obviously, this is now not right. And this tells me exactly where to position them, right? So I deselect these and then reselect these, prefab them, and then adjust their angle and position to work a little bit better. Actually, if I just adjusted the position instead of the angle, I could just do that and it would just go back farther because I have so much slack back there. Let me do that, actually. Well, yeah, no, because I don't want to poke out too far back here because then moving crisscross here will be weird. Unless I can just, I'd have to move these back further, which would be fine too. But yeah, let's see, Master Chief is definitely one I want to get someday. Forge on MCC seems awesome. Yeah, Forge on MCC is like, yeah, the downside to Forge on MCC is that they don't put it into matchmaking. Like, you could make the coolest banger of a map and you won't ever see it in matchmaking. And that is a problem to me. I feel like they should definitely, wait, why is my X at 0.01? I think they should definitely reconsider that and actually put it on there, because that would just be really cool to me, you know? But yeah, it is a banger of a game, though. Like, honestly one of the best. Bang for your buck, at least. Minimum best bang for your buck in gaming. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna bring this back down to the angle it was before, which is just 20. I'm gonna see how that looks, and then I'm just gonna move those cover pieces to match this location. Because I definitely don't want it to be too steep. I don't want it to feel awkward moving, going up there. There we go. So while it's much... Ooh, no, I do have to make it steeper. That sucks. Okay, well, I'll do 21. That should be enough. Yeah, that looks like it's going to work just fine. I don't have to go to 22 like I just done. But yeah, and the fact that, I mean, what do you call it? There, now we're at 0. We zeroed out our X position. Anyway, okay, what I was going to say is, oh, gotcha, that sucks big time. Yeah, so you won't ever be in matchmaking even if you make a really cool map, but you can go into custom game browser and do that just fine. So it's not a total, like, loss or total wash or something like that, you know what I mean? So we click this one, then this one, and then we go to its position, and we go da 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 da, and now this pointer is in the exact same position as that. We're gonna do the same thing here. We gotta go that one, nope, that one, then that one, and then I changed the rotation by one, didn't I? Oh, maybe not. And then there we go, pointer's there. And now we gotta do the exact same thing finally with this piece. No. Ungroup. And then we're gonna grab this one, and then that one, and we're gonna go that. Oh, it didn't change. I'm dumb. It didn't change visibly. It did actually change the rotation by 1 degree. It didn't change visibly because of just something about it. Because I didn't have that one selected as the main object. That's why we were able to use its positions. So anyway, then we prefab this, and we go back into here, and we remove it again. Let's see. But yeah, you can do it in custom game browser, though. People will join you. Custom game browser is very active on Halo Reach, and on, I think, pretty much Master Chief Collection in general. It has a lot of people jumping into the custom game browser, especially a lot lately. And because its player base is actually going up, which is pretty crazy. Alright, let's see if that works, or if I'm going to quit again. Yep, looks like I'm going to quit the map again. Load back out, load back in. Let's see if I can do something to this to try and make it work. I'm going to do the upper and then the lower. I'm going to do it backwards, okay? I'm going to do the upper, lower, prefab it. And then I'm going to save it. We're going to quit, we're going to come back in, and then resetting it back to its correct to the way I expected it to need to be, where the its main, lower, upper it may work this time because we've saved it, quit, and come back in. So whenever we do refix it, it might actually fix it and change its location, its orientation in the menu. So maybe. Excuse me. Let's see. And then we will see how that works. Oh, Ripshade is live. That's cool. He's playing Fortnite. Plague Tale isn't on sale. That's an L. But yeah, no, but seriously though, MCC is 5 games in 1. It's Halo 1 through Halo 4, including Halo Reach. So, 5 games in 1. I just hope... I know they said that the code is too complex and too garbled to add in Halo 5 because it was so drastically different from the previous code, right? But they could theoretically... Ooh, unstable packet loss. What is going on? That's unusual. It was doing that earlier today, so I guess it's not that unusual, but yeah. Okay, it rose up and slid into position. It's in the right position. These are still not working, but that's because I intentionally broke them just now. And we're going to see if that helps. You know what I might do? I might move this to here, like right up on here, and make these things pivot inside of those things. As if they're, like, supposed to pivot on it. You know what I mean? I don't know, maybe. You're lagging, like, real bad. Yeah, I was getting unstable packet loss in the game, too. That's a normal thing for me, haha. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Oh, and ODST. Yeah, ODST is in there too. You're right. So it's 6 games. It's 6 games in one. What am I talking about? It still says unstable packet loss up there, and I'm still seeing down there that's getting choppy. Yeah, that happened earlier. This is why I didn't stream earlier. Well, I hadn't streamed yet anyway. Okay. Lower, upper, re-prefab, unprefab, lower, upper, re-prefab. So what it might have happened was, if I was getting unstable packet loss whenever I made that change earlier, this probably won't work and I'll have to quit and come back in again. Let's see. They twitched. They didn't actually work though. Let me quit and come back in. I am lagging in YouTube too. Yeah. Getting cake and milkies, then going sleepies. Sounds good to me. Let's see. Well, I will get some kind of cake or ice cream or, popsicles to celebrate your birthday tonight, Aaron. If I can get to one more viewer on Kick, I'll host Ripshade whenever. With this packet loss, I might need to get off anyway, but I'll keep going because I wanna get this into work first off, but also because the packet loss seems to have stopped now. Maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. But yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Alright, here goes nothing. Click. Nope. There goes nothing, like I said. Why are these two not working? I don't understand it. Like, they definitely script, so it's not like I set them to the wrong, to not be set to the Bravo. So they should be working, but they're just not. Gosh, this does look really cool. I'm really liking how this works. And this height is a little bit higher. I can actually see down into the base pretty well now, which is pretty cool. That's actually the back wall, not like a platform, so I can't see people where people would stand, but I can see down there. Yeah, I can almost see the ground at the bottom of the ramp. Almost. I could probably see someone if they jumped across there. Let's see. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do, though. I am... Whoop. Deselect all, please. Definitely going to grab all of these, and I'm going to go ahead and move them, like, to that direction to make more room here, which also makes a little bit more cover for the people coming up out of the grav lift, so... And by doing it exactly 2, I don't have to, like, do any weird mirroring. I can just do this and reduce it by 2 to 89. What? Oh, it's never mind. It's negative. I could have just gone up by 2 again over here, so it's 93. There we go. Because it was 91. There we go, and that should give enough room for this thing to move a little bit better, and then assume its new position. Click and see. That looks weird. Is that too high? It's still too high. Well, dang it. I thought I had gotten a good angle. So I guess I do have to rotate it by 2 whole degrees. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway. I have no idea what to do with these. I honestly don't. I'm going to see really quick in the script what happens whenever I switch this back to 2. Which is going to make the others break. But if it makes these 2 fix, then I know it's wrong. It's that the index is not building correctly. But that's still... Well, that's like something I don't know if I can fix. Yeah, look. They're building the index wrong. That's so weird. I will put them into a blank canvas, then add you as a collaborator so you can see them next time you stream. Oh, next time you stream, I might have something interesting for you to look at. A bunch of vehicle hybrids I've been working. Oh, that sounds dope. Yeah. Look at that, though. I switch it to 2 and these work. I switch it to 1, or I switch it to 3, I mean, and the others work. And I have them all the same. Every single one of them is exactly the same setup. So these two are refusing to change their index. Okay, here's what we'll do. Let's see if this works. Completely different object, right? Let's select this one, this one. Completely different objects. This should be completely resetting. There we go. Alright, now if I save and quit now, well, while I'm in it, I'll also fix this other thing so I can check to see, I can make it work again. Script, bridge. This hidden prefab, apparently. Okay, something weird definitely happened because look at that. Why is that like the... Why is it that whenever it moves up and animates to this position, it is wrong? That doesn't make any sense. So let me undo this. Grab this one, and then that one. This one's rotation must not have... Or something? Be in the exact same spot, please. I don't see anything wrong. Why is it not moving to this position? Now I'm very confused as well on this one. Okay, so we're gonna do this again over here as well. Hopefully this fixes it. That one, that one. I just got weirdly lightheaded. I think I need to drink some water. Like it passed. It was for a second there. I think I must be like partially dehydrated or something. Okay, we're gonna grab all these, prefab them, and turn them back off. Now all of this is gonna be immediately broken, and then we will go back in. We'll have to ping. That one worked. Wait a minute. Why did that one work? That doesn't make any sense. It's index 3. Oh, because it loops. Index 3 is index 1. Because it loops. If you try to grab an index 3 and you only have 2 indexes, it'll grab it as index 1. It'll grab index 1. Or the object that's at index 1, and there's only 2 of them here. Which means it moved that one to this one's position. This one also did the same thing, but it moved to that one's position. So that kind of worked. Okay, good. Let's save it. Let's quit. Let's come back in. This did, in fact, reset how this thing indexes. That's good. Let's see. Let's watch it work all the way on the next one. You know what I never did? I never cut out that part of that one stream that showed how to do something. I don't remember what it was right now, but I never went back and cut out that one part. And then I need to do that. I need to do that. It would take like 30 minutes to go into shot cut, find the right spot to cut it, and then edit it and then upload it. That would be really useful. I'm gonna do that. What was it that I was even showing off how to do that day? I don't even remember. I only remember just now because it's actually recording right now, and I had recorded that day, and I was going to use that recording to edit it, so I didn't have to go into the YouTube video version. But yeah. Let's see. I don't remember. I don't remember either. Was it something to do with... Was it scripting? Was it like the other script that made that thing work or something? Like... Oh, was it making the effects move? That might be what it was. Remember you talking about it, but I don't remember the topic. Same. Was it making the effects move with it? I think that might have been what it was. Nothing moved this time. Literally nothing moved. I broke the entire thing, even though these didn't even get touched. Was it the packet loss just now that made that thing make that happen? I don't know. It says unstable packet loss up there, right? It might be that I can't do that and this in the same map, and that would be extremely depressing. No, yeah, they all just twitched. Okay, is my script still set to 2? Hold on. Oh, it's still set to 2. That's why they're not working. I'm dumb. Okay. That's at least promising that the other one didn't start working now. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. Now they're working. Raising up, this should get to a point where it's actually... Why is this protruding? That doesn't make any sense to me. That is not the position that I have the arrows set to. So I might need to do something about that. And whoa, everything's off. Look at this thing being off. What the hell? Why is the translate to point doing this? Like, do you see that? What's going wrong with this piece? Okay, this is weird. Okay, so I am going to now, hopefully... Okay, I just... Hopefully, deselect, select that one, that one, that one. This will finally fix this. Because they are indexing differently now. So this should work. I don't know if it's going to work immediately or if I'm going to quit and come back in again. But also the objects are all like moving to the wrong location. And I am confused. Like, why is it twisting like that? Look at that. That's weird. Did I accidentally rotate that object wrong whenever I did the other one? And this one's of course not working yet. Jesus, what is going on with this one? This object right here. It is rotated only at -21. It has no other rotation. It should not be causing this thing to rotate to that other angle. That doesn't make any sense. What is happening? Is it just that the server side and the player side are having a desync? Is it just the packet loss? That might be the case. If the packet loss would stop for a second, we can test it. Yeah, it's getting all choppy over there. Jesus. Which, by the way, this packet loss is entirely, I think, my what do you call it? My, ISP. There, it's gone. Hit ping. The slope is... No, it's still higher. Never mind, I thought it fixed. Well, that obviously didn't move. Oh, I've got to quit and come back in after this fix to hopefully see that fixed. Okay. You know how many saves I've made just doing this scripting now? We've probably gone over 100. Probably like 100 times I've saved it. Just since starting this one script. Like, the stream started on 11-something, version 11-something on the version history, and I think that I had started building this out and making the arrows at least before that. So yeah, we're at 1201. 1201. But yeah. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Alright. I am anticipating that all of them will move now. But not that all of them will move correctly, because some of them are going to twist like that one did. But also, I am anticipating that who knows what will happen on the server side. Hey, Unique's here. How's it going? Just in time for me to do a test. God damn it! Why aren't these moving? They're still not doing it. I don't understand why. I really don't. They must be... Maybe there's something wrong with them. Maybe they're not set to Bravo. No, because they do move whenever I... Never mind. I have no idea what's going on with that. It refuses to index the objects in these prefabs correctly. And I don't understand why. I might just make a second script that's just for that. Just so that I can have that thing indexed correctly. Like do the other indexing, like refer to things as 2 and 3 instead of 1. But yeah, probably something to do with the packet loss. It probably is. It might even be inducing it. I mean, I do have like... I've got that thing moving at the same time, which I can reduce the number of objects by cutting those lines, those out. Maybe only having one of them instead of 2 of them, or maybe replacing them with one object that goes across the whole length, or just removing them entirely. And then these are separate, and they're going to need to move, but for some reason these just refuse to move, no matter how many times, except for, check this out, Unique, watch this. Okay, whenever I set this, right, so here's how the script works, right? Oh, come on. Give me control. All right. When I ping for each object, I trigger bridge ramps movement, right? And I pass number 3 in there. And then over here, I get the objects in the prefab, I get the index at that number 3, and I move the objects to I move the prefab itself, which is the object I'm passing through, which is that platform object, to the object at index 3, which is an invisible arrow, right? And it's this invisible arrow right here. So it should come up, and then this one should move down to that arrow, which is like rotates it up like this. And so basically, what I do is I hold down whenever I ping, it should do that, and everything else is working perfectly for that. It's moving my object from index 1 to index 2. It's moving my main object, which is the one that's obviously got the blue outline, to the object at index 2, which should be this one. But for some reason, it's refusing to build this object as having that as the index. And I don't know why. I just don't know why it refuses to do it. And we've been trying to fix it this entire time. And the crazy thing is, and here is how it actually, watch, I can show you that it does, it's indexing them wrong. Every other one I built the exact same way, but if I switch this to 2, right, and I go back in, and I teleport here, and I ping, that one's gonna move. I indexed all 3 of them the exact same way, but this one is marking the wrong object as becoming index 2, and so, and that's it. That's all that's happening. This one, for some reason, the wrong object is becoming index 2 whenever I make both of these objects. So it might be that this object itself is broken. Actually, now that I think about it, these are which ones are these? Hold on. Let me see something real quick. This is 400 platform right A. Were the right ones the one that they added more recently, or the right ones they had before? The ones they had before, because if this is an older object, but maybe these newer objects were added to the game wrong, and that they're not registering as an object in the prefab whenever they're the main object. That would explain why the script just doesn't work for them. Let me duplicate this and see what happens. It immediately works the exact same way as the other one. Huh. That would be crazy if that's the problem. It would also be easy to work around because I can just label that one not B, not Bravo. I can label it something else and make other scripts that refer to it instead, like with the 2. I just flip them, and I would just call the other one here. In fact, I could just I'm making one to lower the bridge later anyway, to lower back into the other position. So the one that I could just call for those objects specifically, call them in reverse. So it wouldn't even use, like, this would be the same. Huh. Actually, this is the same. This is the only one I need. Never mind. Yeah. Okay, well, I might have to do that. Anyway, I was about to get off. I only have 4 people on Kick, so I can't host anyone. Oh, it just clicked in my brain. I had problems similar to that, and it had to do with the custom event, if I remember correctly. Like, it lacked the capability to do all the things at once. I think it would work if you had individual custom events for each. I might be wrong, though. Oh. So, like, if I labeled the middle bridge as something other than Bravo, and then did the side ones as Bravo, and then triggered them separately, or something like that, then I could do that? Is it like the asynchronous event has a maximum limit of times it can run at any given point in time? Because that would definitely be... Yeah, that could definitely explain it, because I'm currently doing it for... But wait, for this one, though, I'm doing the same thing, and I'm running it for every single object in that sprinkler. They're all going at once, and they're moving to object. Is it just that I'm running too many asynchronous events between the 2 of these? Because that could do it. Maybe these asynchronous events are running and these, and there's some kind of maximum number of async events you can have running. And that would do it. I think it would work if you had individual custom events for each. I might be wrong, though. Interesting. Yeah. So, like, there's way more objects in this in the sprinkler. All right. Here's what we're going to do. For one moment, I am going to delete these. And we're gonna run it and see what happens. Because these aren't necessary. These just, I like these lights. They kind of give it a little more character. Watch this. You can see what I mean. It's just these like buckets now. But we're gonna see if suddenly, because it's only running for, you know, significantly fewer objects. No, because it wouldn't be flipping. That doesn't explain why it flips. You know what I mean? It's clearly like I have to change. Let's get those back. Cool, they're all back. If I change the index, it flips. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make any sense because like it's literally the changing of the index number that makes it suddenly start working, which doesn't make any sense. I really think that these objects index differently in any game anytime they're put into a prefab. I think that these newer versions of this object, right? They had the left and the right, right? If the left were the original ones and the rights were the ones that were added, then that means that, and those are just relabeled as left, then that means that these are newer objects that have a new function, new way of functioning, right? Too many events between them. It's got to be that it's not too many events between them because it changes with that. It's got to be, it has to be that these are indexing wrong. What does that mean? How do I solve that then? With these specifically, if that's the case, then my upper one needs to be 3. My lower one still needs to be 2. But they're registering wrong, so if I don't make this the main one, I go boom, boom, boom. Let's see if that works. I might have to quit and come back in to make it actually take a... Oh my god, I fixed it. Oh my god, that's the problem. These objects refuse to index correctly. Oh my god. Okay, so they don't index at all. This does not index in a prefab at all. This object will not be an index, and it cannot receive an index location, like assignment in a prefab. So I have to go, this is 1, which means it loops and it becomes 3. This is gonna be 2. So it's always gonna be 2, it'll loop at 4, but it'll be 2. So this is 1 and 3, and this one does not show up at all in the prefabs, what do you call it, index. It'll get skipped in the index. So when I ping, they work now. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. That is a bug I can tell Michael Shore about. I also don't know why the angles are all off. I think that's packet loss. I think while it's rotating into position, stuff like that, the packets are getting lost, and so the location is just a little bit off. And it's probably happening to that one too, but it's going to end up being like very slightly different. Like they may all slowly get off sync from one another as they move back and forth across the map. But since they move so much slower, that may not happen just because they're slower. But anyway, yeah, now it works. The script works. That's crazy. I still don't know why these are doing that, but I think it's also the rotation and the packet loss. They probably won't poke up that far in the final. But yeah, okay. Now I just need a script that does it in reverse, and very easily can, here, watch this. Right? We'll paste it down here. We'll actually drag this one up because it's moving up, and this one's moving down, right? And then we're gonna go here. We're gonna do R. We're gonna change this to 2. Confirm. All right. We're gonna do add node. We're gonna do events players on player. Let's see, crouch. We're gonna make this one work on player crouch. I forgot to move it a little bit. On player crouch. We're gonna delete this one, and we're going to make this one trigger on player crouch. So we can ping, and then we can crouch, and it will do, just to test it real quick. Quick save. That's not the holding down the back button, that was tapping it. Okay. Teleport. Ping, it moves up. Very good. Crouch, it moves back down. Wow, look at that. Worked just right. It's all off though. It keeps on, I think that's the packet loss like I was saying, causing it to get all off. Which might be bad for players who play on this map. Will get it, a visual thing. where it'll appear to be off, but it may not actually be off. I don't know. Server side might let you shoot people through here, or it might not. I actually have no idea. But anyway, ping again, and it goes back up. We can actually climb up here, and then crouch, and it goes back down. There we go. And then I just need to make a new thing that triggers them. And so, yeah, that is mind-blowing how that bug works, though. Oh my god. Well, hey, keep that in mind, everyone. If you want to script something with this thing, it does not show, or if you want to use prefabs and you call it an index, some objects do not count in the index. They will not track properly. It doesn't work, and you'll have to deal with that. But yeah. Okay, so now basically all I have to do, like I said, I have to copy this to that side. All of this is already set up as Bravo and stuff like that, so when I copy it to the other side version is not going to need new scripting or anything like that. It'll just be purely, it'll just be copy right over and it'll work because the script will grab those two right immediately. And then I need to change how the script calls, as something down here is flipping a switch down here, and that will, or at least standing and holding position there. It might be like a King of the Hill thing. But yeah. Okay, I don't know if I have no idea if my audio is giving out whenever it lags like that on the stream. I hope it doesn't, so I hope you've been able to hear what I'm saying. But yeah, FYI, crouch is judged as a half iteration when crouching down, and then it is a full crouch when you raise out of the crouch. So using crouch as an event will make the effect happen twice when executing full crouch. Gotcha. Well, that's fine. I'm not going to make it a permanent thing. That was just a test. So yeah, that'll be fine. But yeah, the audio has been good. Oh, good. Because yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you guys could at least hear what I was saying. So yeah, I need to copy the bridge over, and it'll be just really easy. And then I need to change it to where it would be switches. But I got to get off now. I've been on for this whole time, for quite a while now, and it's time to get going. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. And I only have 3 viewers on Kick, so I can't host anyone, which is unfortunate. Kick is just getting a problem. It just has a problem. Oh wait, no, I have 5. I just had to refresh. Oh hey, cool. Channel. Oh, wait, stick around. I'm gonna host. Oh no, and someone left. Dang. Oh well. Wait, hold on. It might have been me counting as someone. Hold on. Let me go. Creator dashboard with a middle click, so it maybe still counts me as my own viewer or something like that. Maybe. Nope. I was gonna host you, Ripshade, real quick because he's on, but. Oh well, everyone can just go over there. It's not a big deal, because it's not like that would have gotten me any extra followers or anything like that. It just meant that you didn't have to click over to go see Ripshade. Now you guys can go click over and watch Ripshade, and it'll work just as well. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Bye. Yeah.